Hi junior black belts, teens and adults. So glad to be back with you now. We're going to work on the stuff for rotation 3, our new curriculum with a brand new form that lots of us have not done before. Form number 2 in the traditional forms, Hyung. So I'll go through the form and then I'll go through it in some detail for you. And then I also want to remind you that we're working on indomitable spirit and self-control as our tenets this quarter. Self-control and indomitable spirit. And our life models are some of the most important people in our lives, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, people who have a big influence on us, and people that we can learn a lot from. After that, I'll go through the review of some of the advanced combinations we've worked on before, and also head movement. I think that's really, really important for self-defense, for our ring sparring, and also for our sparring for black belt test. I also want to remind us that we're all preparing an event for black belt testing, which is board breaking. So I'll include a video link down here of etiquette for board breaking, and also a link to century breakable boards, which is a great way to train if you have someone hold them for you, or you can set up some kind of holding device safely in your home. Anything like a heavy bag or a standing bag is a great thing to train on as well, but you need to practice impact carefully, sensibly, but progressively on the parts of your body that you're going to be using for board breaking. So for first degree black belt, we have 3 upper body techniques. The first is punch, or I prefer most of you do palm heel instead, chop, or you can do ham fist is a lot of times a safer option, and then any direction for forearm smash or elbow strike. So those are the board breaks you're responsible for. Upper body. Lower body, 3 kicks. This is for first degree. Front kick or front stomp kick, round kick, and side kick or back kick. So let's prepare those. Now we've got a lot to talk about, a lot of training to do. So let's get busy, and I'll look forward to seeing you in class really soon. Thank you. Hyung. Here's Hyung with a little bit more detail. 90 to the left in back stance, double knife hand block. Reach, step, front stance, lunge punch. 180 degrees behind you, double knife hand block, step punch. 90 to the left, front stance, low block. Step forward, lunge punch, 3 times, face level in front stance. Then turn. Move only your left foot, turn on your right 270 degrees to square block, reach and punch. 180, back stance, square block, step and punch. Low block, high block, do full folds on each of those, step and 3 high blocks in front stance. Turn 270 degrees. Knife hand strike in back stance, step punch, turn 180, knife hand strike, and step punch. So here's a pretty advanced sparring combination. You know all the individual moves, so let me show it to you one time as a sparring combination. You could also use this as a tournament or a black belt 1 step. I'll show it to you, and then we'll break it down, and we'll do it move by move and build it up, okay? So here we go. Now, a simpler version of that would be jab, cross, inward, spin outward, touch all the way back down, and then jump front kick. That's probably safer while you're learning this. So let's build this combination back up.
I'll turn a little bit to the side so you can see better. We're going to go jab, cross. So you see I'm making the distance to the person. Jab, cross. 1, 2. All right, so practice that on both sides of your body. 1, 2. Step up, bring your back foot with you. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, jab, cross, keeping those hands up. Next, we're going to add inward crescent, and then turn our back, okay? So, preparing for the next kick. So, jab, cross, inward crescent, and turn. All right, on the side of our body. Jab, cross, inward crescent, and turn. So, now let's try that, making distance. So, jab, cross, inward crescent. Get ready to turn. Make some distance, jab, cross, inward crescent. Or it could be an inward axe kick too, depending on what target is available to you. All right, so now we've got that. Let's go. Jab, cross, inward crescent, turn your back, look over your shoulder, make sure the target is still available up high, and then swing behind you. So don't kick until you can see and have the target available for you and have your balance, okay? So jab, cross, inward, turn, outward. All right. So try that a few times. Step out, bring your other foot, get your weight off your back foot as you're rotating through this. Push, inward, spin outward, and jump front kick at the end, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so the target's moving, you can track the person, and you can change the kick if you need to. If the person's covering up high, you can go underneath when you turn around and take a look. Okay, so here we go again. Break the distance, close with your other hand, weights transferred to your front foot, so easy to pick up your back foot, spin around, and jump front kick. Okay, one more time on the other side. Break the distance. Come through, weight on your front foot, kick, here, here. All right. So the more advanced version of that is not to put your foot down in between. So let's give that a try. So jab, cross, inward, spin outward, get your balance, and jump front kick. Where are we kicking the person? Wherever they're choosing to leave open for us, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kick when you want to, kick when the timing is right. Okay, so hopefully that will be a fun combination for you to use safely in sparring and on one steps. Today we're going to talk a little bit about head movement. So we'll just do 3 of the basic ones. Fade, and roll, and slip. So we'll just work on those 3. Now I know a lot of people in martial arts think that's just for boxing, or for MMA, or for other ring sports. I disagree, because what we know in the real world, bullies and other predators are very good at selecting their victims, they're very good at approaching their victims, and they're very good at some one thing that will intimidate or hurt, or in other words, capture, either psychologically or physically, capture or subdue their prey. So if we let a predator get too close to us, we don't recognize it early enough, we don't intervene early enough with our eye contact, with our body language, then we may be left in the position of moving out of the way of something really quickly. And also we need to be in a position where we can counterattack. So head movement, when it's done right, allows us to do 3 things. One is it allows us not to get hit. Obviously, job number 1 is not to get hit. Number 2 is it leaves us in a good position to keep our balance so that we can affect our escape. And number 3 is it means that we're not overcommitted with our balance so that we can counter. It may even, in some cases, drop our shoulder back so that we have even more power when we go to counter the attack. So let's just talk about 3. I'll do it facing this way so you can see. The first one is moving back. Now,
Shot is coming, we're measuring it, and we're moving back out naturally. It's a natural reflex, but a human reflex is to turn like this and then be off balance and then get overwhelmed by what else is coming at us. So really what we want to do is just make sure that we're keeping our balance. So just bend our back leg and get back a little bit. So just bend our back leg and get back. So you've all seen video of Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard being right at the end of a punch and not getting hurt by it because they're just out of range of the power. So that's what we'd love to be able to do if we were Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard, but we need to be able to get our head out of the way and still keep our balance, not be overcommitted, and be able to counterattack quickly. So that's what I call fade. All right, so lots of different ways to do that. The fade, just bend your back knee and we'll pull your head away. All right, so just watch. Just the act of bending your back knee moves you a little bit further away. All right, I may not have time. I absolutely want to move my feet first. I want to run. I want to get out of there. But I just may not have time to do that. I may not even have time to move from my waist. So just bending my knee and getting the habit of moving my head a little bit further away can help. So the next one is slipping. Slipping. Now you've seen boxers, just amazing. Wait till the very, very last second and let that thing slip by them and they're moving in at the same time and being able to counter. That's an amazing skill to have, and we can develop that with enough practice. Okay, thousands of repetitions, we can learn almost anything. So a safer way for us amateurs to learn to evade that is just to drop our shoulder like this. So rotate our shoulder, still bending our knees. The key to all of this is keeping our balance and not being overcommitted. If I try to pull my head out of the way, I could be coming off balance. So I'm trying not to overreact, but just do the minimum reaction I can. So just snap the shoulder down and away, and you can see the line. So I'll try to keep my hand still so you can see that it doesn't take very much movement for me to be completely off the line of this shot, okay? If I drop my other shoulder, it doesn't take very much movement for it to be off the line. So it can drop either shoulder. This one would wind up your lead hand, and this one would wind up your backhand, okay? So we don't want to be off balance. We want to make sure that we're doing it by knee bending mostly, but of course we're doing our best not to get hit. Now ideally, you'd like to be going past that punch and moving in towards the person, but that's not for beginners for sure. Okay, and the other one is slipping. So slipping, you think of it like a U, or if you're going to counterattack, a J. All right, so a U just means you see something coming horizontally or almost horizontally, and so we got to get under that and then come up to counter, or come under that and stay down and counter. So either a J, so just a quick vertical drop. Again, how are we accomplishing that? With our knees. So quick vertical drop, come around so we can counter, or come down and back up again and counter. But we want to make sure that the rotation of our hips is generating the power that we need to throw our shoulder into the shot and then our hands. Remember, if our shoulder's traveling fast, we can make our hand travel fast. And the only way to get our shoulder traveling fast is to make sure it's getting powered from the floor through our legs, driving our hips. So, quick review of that. Fade, just moving back a little bit. Fade, not like this, not with a straight body. And that's going to be, it takes a lot of practice to not overreact to something coming directly at your eyes. So, we know it's going to hurt. Our body will try to defend itself, but try to keep eye contact, try to stay in a balanced position, and just fade. Okay, so that just took my head enough away, I hope, to get out of the shot. That's coming directly straight at me. Another way to avoid that straight shot coming straight at you is slipping, right? So just slam one shoulder down, this, and look what I'm doing with my knees. Same time, bending my knees, okay? So it takes my head off the line, okay? And then the other one is rolling in a U or in a J, right? So rolling in a U, coming up here, rolling in a J, stay down here. So those are three basic movements that can help protect you by moving your head out of the way of immediate danger.